beautiful whistle. And what? Why such strange names? So Eric's name is really irrigate. Merit is meditate. Infl is inflate. And so on. And as they are the cleverest creatures on earth, they just drop the 8 and save time. Anyway, Overway went clap, 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 clap. Emmett went clap, 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 clap. Rot went clap, 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 swish. Tool went wait a minute. Clap, 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 swish. What's that swish about? Oh, that's our hero, Rot. One of his tentacles never grew more than halfway. So when he claps, his 7th limb doesn't meet the short 8th limb. Of course, this is just his everyday identity. Secretly though, he's a superhero who stops crime, fights evildoers, saves the world, and does other cool stuff.
When Rot
and Tambu sat on the edge of their tub and looked on the screen and looked at the screen on which Reena was projecting slides. Pointing at a sketch of Rot on the screen, Reena said, Okol afa shu, des alu, yaula. Rot and Tambu looked at each other. Tambu said, I think she's saying, that's you. Of course that's me, Rot said. He's got a halfway limb. She doesn't have to explain that. She must think we're idiots. I wish she'd learn to talk properly, Rot said. Reena repeated, Okola fashu, these alu, yaula. Rot pointed at himself. Reena grinned happily, realizing she'd been understood. She clicked a remote and the slide changed. This time, there were drawings of a claw, a drill, a fork, a spoon, and a flashlight, all attached by holders to strange-looking pouches. Pointing at the odd objects, Reena went, these only Dobby knows what these words are.
Animals hear human sounds as something completely indecipherable. So anything that Reena says comes through, really weirdly for the octopus and for the turtle.
Oh, okay. How dumb does she think we are? Rot said. She's trying to tell us what those things are. We've all seen humans use them. Yeah, Tambu agreed. That's a thingamajig, and whatchamacallit, and that's a claw, a drill, a fork, a spoon, and a flashlight, Rot said. That's just what I was going to say. Rot and Tambu did a high one with tentacle and flipper. Since they didn't have fingers, they couldn't do a high five. Reena grinned and thought, I'm really getting through to them. The next slide came up on the screen. This time, it was Rot, holding out his halfway limb, an arrow from the limb pointed into the holder of the flashlight. "I've got it," Tambu crowed. "You're shooting an arrow into that flash-a-magic." She grinned, raising her flipper for a high one. "I think that means my halfway limb goes into the holder of the flashlight," Rod said. "Really?" Tambu asked. "What's the arrow for?" "I think you're wrong, Rod." Reena clicked to the next slide. It was a much closer view, showing just the end of Rod's limb entering the flashlight holder. "What did I tell you?" Tambu demanded. "That's just half your halfway limb. That arrow's cut it off. See, I warned you, Rod. I knew we shouldn't have trusted her." "Take it easy, Tums. It's just a picture of the way the flashlight fits on the limb." "You sure?" Tambu asked, suspiciously. "I think we'd better..." Yes, I'm sure," Rod said, rolling his eyes. The slide changed again. This one showed Rod with the flashlight attached to the end of his halfway limb, holding it straight up. A yellow upside-down triangle perched on top of the flashlight's bulb.